Hi everybody, this is Bredin of Insanity Industries, and today I'm going to be showing how to draw pivots. And to do that I needed to show the continuation and reversal patterns that we had before, continuation, reversal patterns from before, because they define where our pivots go. Now a pivot is a line or an area where price tends to close on one side or the other. So we can see here, when price is in this area here, price is closing continually below this line. So that becomes a pivot, and we would expect price to continue to close below that line essentially until it doesn't. Now obviously across here we have a bounding pivot there. I'll just widen that line, and we can use this pivot across here. We're getting reversal patterns here, we're getting reversal patterns there. So that's this nice little white line here. That is the pivot. It's right there. Yes, I've even got the right text tool there. So the white line becomes the pivot. We see one across here, one across at the bottom. When price breaks down, we know it comes back up. And when we get down to the bottom, we can see that there's this area through here where price is failing to close above. So we know that this is a pivot roughly in here. Pivot's probably in a slightly odd position. There it is. Probably there's a slightly better place for it. That will do. Just looking over here on the left side. And we know that when price closes back above this, we have a continuation pattern form, and we can trade up to the next line. Now when price comes through here, we see that it becomes ugly. That's a technical term. That's when price is no longer behaving like this around your horizontal line, so we can call those uglies. And so what we can do is just go, oh well, that's alright. We can shift the line outwards, that's fine. And that becomes the continuation pattern. I talked about it when I did the signal service one in here, about what had to happen for price to get back down into there. And it happened in there, and we know it did, because I think I looked at that before. And when price comes across here, we have some more of it. That's a pretty good place to put it, about there. Maybe a touch lower. That's MT4. Oh, good gods. There I am. I'm clicking on the handle, right? There it is. I love MT4. It's so easy to use and very precise and easy to grab hold of objects and move them around. But there we go. So we get our pivots around our continuation patterns and our reversal patterns, and we know that price is going to close on one side or the other. So we are, as I said in the very short video, draw a line and trade away from it. Here's a pivot. The line we're drawing is a pivot, and we're going to trade away from it. So when price is banging in here, we're going to go short. And where are we going to? The next pivot down, which is across here. We can see the reversal patterns occurring in here. We can see that reversal pattern. That's fantastic. There it is. It's this exact pattern occurring here. So we can trade back down to it. And we get price go through it with a continuation pattern. And if I go down to a 4 hour, there we go. We can see it forming a continuation pattern as it goes through. Price comes down to it. I had this problem last time, didn't I? And forming a continuation pattern around it. And so we know that when price is over here, that if price comes back up through it and does this, we're going somewhere, and that somewhere will be back up into here. Easy trading. Trading is easy. Stop making it hard. Back out to the daily. And so we've got pivot to pivot. That's how we trade. by assuming that the pivot is a line of support or resistance which holds. Price may cross it but not close close over it. If price does close over it, we have a continuation pattern on our hands. Maybe a false break, but probably the continuation. And there we go. That is pivots in a nutshell. This has been Bredin with Insanity Industries, helping you make more money by sucking less.